Hi, today's video drawing lesson session, I just want to say hi to Iver and Ewan. Petra told me you watched the videos, and I'm really happy that you made your own drawings. I think it's really cool. The drawings turned out beautiful. Iver, I liked the mushroom you made, and Ewan, that's a really beautiful composition. I think those drawings are amazing. They're even better than mine. And I'm really happy you shared them with me. So I thought today I would make a video that's dedicated to you two, and maybe you would like to draw some pictures together, if you like. And but let me tell you what I'm thinking, okay? And I think I'd like to make my videos so that people of any age can watch them. But definitely also accessible to kids who want to draw with me or do whatever they want, do their own thing. So today I just it's a video that's not only for kids, but I do think maybe children would enjoy it because I drew this picture when I was a kid, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. I think today I'll show you how I made this drawing when I was about 10. My teacher was really guided me through it, but today I was thinking we can do a 3-part video that's sky, this dog, the Pokey Puppy, and some flowers. And I think if you you can also draw your own way, however you want, of course, but I'll show you how I did it, how my teacher taught me to do it, and then maybe you can come up with your own variations, right? Because everyone's art and creative processes are different. So how does that sound? If this sounds good to you, it can maybe it gets some other conversations going, and we can also, if you watch the last video, I know I mumble a lot. I'm going to try to do that less, but if you watch the last video and you practice some shading, or maybe you want to practice but aren't totally sure where to start, this drawing exercise is actually a really good place to do that. I think this is when I first learned. That was when I first learned those skills, and this was the first thing I made with it. So, let's begin. Part 1 of the video. Why don't we talk about the sky? Actually, let's talk about the dog. Sorry. Let's start with the dog. You can draw a dog however you wish. You don't have to follow these instructions, but I'll tell you. This is just the way it happened for me. Okay, so this dog, it looks like from that book, The Pokey Little Puppy. I don't know if you read that book. When I was a kid, I read it. I saw what the puppy was doing. I liked it, and I'm thinking this is where my teacher got the inspiration. I'm not totally sure, but that's what I've always called it. It's a Pokey Puppy, and this puppy's playing in the landscape, and it's kind of doing the playing dog pose, right? In yoga, it's like the downward dog. So, let's start with the head. And for a head, you can draw kind of a circle, right? And little paws here, with some fingernails, 2 little paws, and some ears that go off of the head. Draw this however you like, but this is how I drew it. Of course, there's no right or wrong way. And by the way, pause the video whenever you want if you need more time. All right. I might be going a little fast just because I've drawn this image before. But here's a nose and eyes, and to draw the nose and eyes, just do little circles. A black circle for the nose, a little circles for the eyes, and then more circles on the inside for the pupils. So that's the doggy's head. And this kind of loop here, the ear to the hand, that's looks like a shoulder, like a paw, right? And then downward dog. So the back is kind of sloping up like this, and the little tail. You start with a marker or some kind of pen, crayon, whatever, for the line work. Okay, I would say this is kind of it. That's about it. Whatever your dog looks like, it doesn't really matter. There's a figure. It's the subject of the picture. So you can draw your dog however it makes you happy. Maybe it's jumping or running around, or maybe there's more than one dog. In any case, you got your figure. It's in the center of the composition. And now let's do the lines to make some mountains in the back. Just some hoops. It doesn't have to look all the same. There we go. A couple of curves there. That's a mountain, and in this picture I've got a hill in the back too, where there's a house. I think you can get creative with this. What do you want to put on the hill? Maybe nothing. Maybe some trees. Maybe you want to draw your house a certain way, or a couple houses, a village. Draw the house. Draw something if you want on the top of the hill, and then there's a path that goes from the top of the hill down to the fields where we are. Okay. And however long you want to do this, draw a couple of flowers in the grass. Try different styles. I'm sure you know how to draw a flower, but in case you don't, you could try this if you'd like. Draw the circle for the middle of the flower, and then some hoops around the sides for petals, the stem, and leaves. You can draw 1 leaf, 2 leaf, 3 leaf, 4. You can do this thing where you draw a couple of spikes for the grass. You can draw lots of little grass patches. You can draw a flower without the stem and the leaf. Maybe you can't see the leaf. You can draw some with a lot of petals, or some with less, or with tulips. I think these are like tulips, right? Kind of like spikes. Okay, so go wild. That's the background of the mountains. The foreground are the flowers, and here's a sunset. Maybe it's a sunset or a sunrise. The sun is kind of halfway peeking up from the mountains. Now, if it helps for you to draw with pencil first, then trace it with a pen or marker, that's okay too. And now you got the line work done, and the dog is drawn. So here's the part where you start coloring. For my doggy drawing, I used black for the ears. Maybe I kind of wanted to give the dog some hair like mine. So I used these kind of jaggedy marks. I kind of made it a little kind of bristly so that the dog looks like it has short black hair. And maybe you want to use red or blue or lots of colors. Maybe you got a rainbow head dog, or I'll leave it white, or make it curly. Whatever makes you happy. And then it looks like I chose gray. So here's where you can start practicing your shading, alright? What I did here was I kind of make the gray a little dark around the edges, and then lighten up as it gets to the middle. So practice your shading by see how smooth you can make that transition, if you want. And go around most of the dog's body. I went here, it traced it kind of around the back and its butt and legs. Alright, I'm gonna I'll go I'll just breeze through it here. Take as long as you want. Make it look the way you want, whether you want to be rough or careful. You want to feel good about what you're doing here. Feel content with your own work. So here, I got the gray down, and then what I did here was I picked a little bit of pink, sort of peachy pink for the nose. And this can go on very lightly, so you can make it a little darker around the edges if you want, and then practice fading out the crayon, the shadow of it. And of course, if you're not using crayon, maybe you're using markers. Experiment with what you can do with the medium. Okay, my puppy looks like that. Yours might look different. So many different kinds of dogs out there, and imaginary dogs too. So I'll split the video here. So now we're gonna go to a part 2. If you got part 2 and part 3, if you got a few more minutes. All right.